Hi there. In this QuickBooks Online video, I'll quickly use the test drive to demonstrate bank reconciliation. I'll use the test drive because there's already a bunch of transactions that have been entered by Intuit that we can use to reconcile. So I'm going to quickly go to Intuit. QBO. Intuit. There we are. QBOintuit.com, reader test drive. I'm not a robot. Now, one thing that'll be different when you're actually working with a company is there will be a mechanism to add your interest income and your bank charges expense. With the test drive, it doesn't exist, so I have to add those via the general journal. Once you're actually using QuickBooks Online, you'll see it's quite a bit easier to enter those two things. So I'm just going to quickly add a journal entry for those two items. You can do it this way, of course, in real life as well. This will be, I'm going to be way back in July. So I'm going to debit my bank charges. For the service charge. So on my bank statement, again, this is an imaginary bank statement. We have 1499 as a service charge, and then we'll credit the account, of course. And then we also have some interest, so I'm just going to use the same account instead of creating a new one. In real life, I'd create an interest income. But in this case, I'm just going to credit bank charges. Works the same way. And debit checking. So again, these two amounts would appear in the statement. One is the service charge for using the bank account as at the end of the month, and one is for the interest. Interest is probably a little bit off. So I'm just going to save and close that. Again, this is not something we need to do when we're actually using QuickBooks Online. You'll see when you switch to your 30-day trial, it's quite a bit easier to add those two transactions. So to reconcile, we use Accounting Reconcile. I'll get started. I'll close that. Checking my ending balance. Again, I'm looking at a statement that I've created for this account based on those transactions. So in real life, you would be looking at your online banking, or if you are reconciling to a monthly paper statement that you get in the mail, you wait till you receive that. You can do it. You can reconcile every minute if you like. But the reconciliation date has to begin after the previously reconciled date. So I've got a couple of months that haven't been reconciled, so I'm reconciling them all at once. I think it's 3 months. And that's as of July 31st. So that's the balance at the end of your reconciliation period. You'll see that once we reconcile, we'll also have an opening. So you'll see that I have those two transactions down at the bottom there that I just added. So again, I'm looking at a statement that I've created to go along with this. You'll have those in your notes. It may be slightly different than what you see in front of you, as this data is dynamic. It changes every day. So we have a $300 amount there. You can ignore the initial deposit of $5,000. That's on my statement. 54.55, yep. 2 at 38.50. 89.09. 62.01. 108.09. Oh, there's a $55 that I missed. Uh, 86.40, yep. 22.25, 105. So again, I'm just checking everything off that appears on my statement. Hicks Hardware, 250, yeah, 2436, yeah, and then my 2 transactions. So we should have a difference of 0, and you can choose Finish now. And so that's basically reconciling a bank account again. You'll have the beginning balance, the ending balance, the date of the reconciliation, and then once you check all of the transactions off, all of your balance should match. Thanks so much for watching.